Hi there, and welcome to Modern Shaman Maria in Rainbow Land. I'm Maria Hjelmborg, and I am here tonight to present someone to you, and that is Johan Hjelmborg, astrologer and hand reader, and so much more. It's almost 45 or 50 years, I don't know exactly, but I'll find out, of experience, and he's a very well-known and admired astrologer, which has something to give to the astrology community. But that's not the reason why I'm talking right now. This is just a sum up of what you're going to see in a few minutes. But the reason why I'm doing this interview is to provide you with a group and series of tools, shamanic tools, for you to get back to your core, to break down the walls, which is making it hard for you to see your purpose, to hear your call, and if you can hear it, to get there. I'm trying to help you to heal yourself. I'm trying through, amongst others, this program to provide you with a tool which can show you why certain patterns keep repeating in your life. Why does it seem like something keeps on being bad for you? Because there's a message in any situation. Every person you meet has something to teach you. Even the little kid that you're saying, oh no, I'm much more clever than him. It doesn't matter if there's a situation and there's a clash or there's this and that and the other. It doesn't matter what it is, but every situation has something to teach you. And not only that, you planned for this. It's you and your higher self. You already know why you're in this situation deep down inside. All answers are inside of you. I'm just providing you tools for you to get access to those answers, which you already know. So it's not me who comes with the answers. I'm just the oracle helping, channeling, or whatever. So this is one of the tools you can use. It's astrology, and there'll be a lot of different videos of astrology. Just check out the channel, Maria in Rainbow Land, and search for it. You'll see the advanced levels and the beginners levels, and even this program, which you're about to see in 1 minute, will also be brought down to earth where everyone can understand it, even though he's an astrologer at a very high level, so some of the things may seem a little advanced. But I recommend that you see them anyway, because this is someone who has a great knowledge. So I hope you can use it. Check out my uncle, Johan Hjelmborg. Good evening and welcome to Maria in Rainbow Land. This is Modern Shaman, and my name is Maria Hjelmborg. I'm Danish, I'm from Denmark, and this is the YouTube channel Maria in Rainbow Land. And why are we here? Yeah, well, we are here because we have Johan Hjelmborg, which is actually also my uncle, here with us tonight from, where is it you're sitting, Johan?
On La Palma, one of the Canary Islands.
Yes, ooh, that's a nice place. Hi, Johan.
It's a nice place in winter. It's too dark and cold in Denmark, so I prefer it.
Yeah, so wherever you're sitting, you have to know that, like my background here, it's not white outside, but it's cold as the color white can be. And your background color, warm and nice, is more appropriate to describe the weather where you are right now. But I'm just, before we start going into this, I'm just going to tell you why we are doing this video series. We're doing it because I invited you to make these programs, because I know that you are one of the best astrologers in Denmark. I know you've educated a lot of people. I meet them without them knowing that you are my uncle. So they tell me about how you've educated them, and you've written many articles about it, and been around Europe primarily educating people in this. So we have to do with someone very professional here. For how many years have you been doing this?
Well, actually, I started my studies in '69, and hand reading or palmistry and astrology. And in '73, I started practicing professionally, which I've been doing since then. So that'll be about 44 years, yeah, practicing. And
okay, so roughly, let's just say 45 years, or between 40 and 45 years of practice. And not only this, you also have a wife, which is an astrologer, as well as you are, amongst other things. Yes. So that also adds a dimension, because when two people live together, are together every day because this is your profession. It's not just a little hobby. This is your profession, right?
No, it's more than that. It is a passion. It's been a passion of mine, and it's also the passion of my wife, and we have had a wonderful cooperation since we met in '77. We have been working together, we have written books together. Books, well, they haven't come out in English, but in German and in Danish, because we've been working in the German-speaking area for years. And, well, I did go to England. Actually, I was member of a handreading society for many, many years. And I started going to England in '72, where I met a lot of interesting people. And the name of the society was the Society for the Study of Physiological Patterns. And there were astrologers, there were hand readers, there were phrenologists, graphologists, many, many interesting people there. So I have been lecturing and teaching in England, but I haven't written any books in English.
Okay,
sorry.
And that takes me to the point of why we are doing this here, because modern shaman in general is providing you with tools, you out there watching this program, different kinds of tools for you to find your way back to your call, or to understand why you are here, why things keep repeating in your life and what there is to learn about it. And there's a long series of tools we'll be showing to you, but primarily meditation is one of the things I always recommend, just to keep the silence and clean your mind so that you can be more aware of what's going on. But one of the really, really, really nice tools to have, and one of the best I have had on my 18 years journey as a modern shaman, leading my way into the open heart and breaking down the walls, has been astrology. And since you are my uncle, Johan, you've been helping me a lot on this journey. And I've read your books, and I can only say that this is astrology on a really high level. So the reason why I wanted Johan to join in on Modern Shaman to make these programs, because this is going to be a longer series of programs where you can follow and get very important information about astrology, which I haven't met anywhere else on the internet. So pay attention to what's going on here and follow us if you want to get some knowledge that you don't just get every day. And actually there's also some things that I think that you even invented the name øjebliksastrologi, øjebliksastrology, which is a word we cannot directly translate, but you have one word for it, don't you?
Well, for the English-speaking audience, most of them only know about the birth chart and don't know that the chart you set up for the moment of consultation is extremely saying. And a colleague of mine actually coined a word for it, and he calls it the consultation chart. And which means it is the horoscope set up for the moment when the client enters the room of the astrologer, when the client asks the question. In the English-speaking world, the word horary astrology is generally used, but that kind of astrology is more like question and answer astrology, like will I get this job, or will my wife return from abroad, or whatever. Simple questions seeking simple answers.
Yes.
But
what's the difference between the horary or astrology or horoscope
and the consultation chart? The consultation chart shows what's going on in the life of the person now. What is happening? Why has this person come? In most cases, the consultation chart will show why the client has arrived. It doesn't even have to put this question. In most cases, when I introduce the øjeblikshoroskop, the consultation chart, for my client, they will recognize it as, okay, yeah, that's exactly my issues. That's exactly what I would ask about. So the consultation chart is magical in that way.
Okay.
And many astrologers of the modern school, psychological astrology, they will start interviewing the client. Why have you come? What is your problem? And they will start a kind of discussion. If you set up the horary chart, the consultation chart, you don't have to interview the client in that way. You may ask some questions, of course, but you will see what's going on.
So actually it takes me much faster to the point of the issue, so I don't need a lot of... We can go straight to the point and get more things solved in a faster manner. Is that what you're saying?
Yes,
oh,
that's what...
Okay, so what we're dealing with here, just to say, because this is interesting for all astrology interested people, and for you out there who is new, who doesn't really know, well, what can I use this for? Then we better tell a little bit about what is it you can use astrology for.
Some people come because they want to understand themselves better. They want to know about their potential. They may have some issues, some problems, and they would like another light thrown upon their problems. Some people come because they need a strategy to get on with their life or with their business. So when would be the best time to start this or that? Or will it be possible at all to do this or that? So some people ask for a strategy, some people ask for, well, they have their questions, of course, and it's not like that the astrologer should just give all the answers to the questions.
Important this you're saying right now is?
If I'd like to compare the way astrology is being practiced in the West and in India, because I learned a lot of astrology in India. I learned the special way of dealing with the horary chart in India, because in India many people don't even know how old they are. So the astrologer sets up the chart for the moment of arrival.
Yes.
But you see, in India, generally, the astrologer's job is very practical, like which is the best time to marry, or will I get this job, or very practical things. Whereas in the West, astrology is more used like a kind of psychological tool, finding out about who you are, finding out about the meaning of things and all that. So actually we have a more spiritual, more psychological approach to astrology in the West as compared to India, where they have a more material approach to this.
Funny enough, yes.
One wouldn't think so, but it is like that.
Yes. Yeah. And the thing is, just to make people out there understand, the people who doesn't really know, well, why can the astrologer see something about my life, etc. And also to just point out the difference between the different things. Then we have the sun sign horoscope, or what do you call it? The birth chart. Yeah, the birth chart. Yeah, let's just keep it to the birth chart, because the sun sign, that will be a whole nother story. We'll just talk about the birth chart here. The reason why you can see things in people's life, the way I understand it, is that the moment you are born, the stars are aligned in a certain way, or not aligned, but they are forming different structures in the sky, which you as an astrologer can read as a, what do you call it, a schedule. Like the schedule you get when you enter school, when you go to first grade, for example, you get a schedule and you have Danish the first 2 hours of the day, or whatever you have, and then you have gym, and then you have math, etc. Is that right? That's how you can see in your birth chart that this and that is probably something like that kind of classroom you're going to enter in this phase of your life, and that kind of classroom in this phase, and then a lot of levels of that. Is that correctly understood?
Yes, you could put it like that. You could put it like that.
So the reason why you can go in, if I come and say, oh, why do I always have a problem with all of my boyfriends? Every time I meet a boyfriend, this and that always happens to me. Can you go in and see something in my chart that can help me understand why it happens, or what?
Yeah. Now you are coming to an interesting point, because if we look at the birth chart, or natal chart, as it's also called, look at it as a program in your life.
Yes.
Well, we don't know how you handle this program. It's like, say, going to school. We don't know how you handle mathematics or German or English or history. We just see this is a subject for today. Whether you like it or don't like it, we can't see from the horoscope. And that's why I'm hand reader too. Because being a hand reader means I look at you and I see what is natural for you, how you were born, because your bodily constitution, it tells me a lot about your psychological makeup. The birth chart, the horoscope, does show the processes, the nature of the psychological processes, but the horoscope doesn't show how you feel about it, whether you like it or don't like it.
Okay.
You see, there are many levels to this, and as a hand reader, as a hand reader, I would say, depending on what type of bodily constitution you have, or hand you have, it shows what kind of person you are, very much. And so much of our psychology is linked to our body and to physiological processes, whether people like it or not, but it is like that.
Yes.
So I don't attempt to read the psychological profile of a person from this person's natal chart, birth chart. No, I do it from the hand.
This is something people should note. This is something people should note, because that's a danger, and why sometimes people are like, oh, this astrology thing, it can't tell me who I am. And in a way, they're right, when they say that. That's why some of the more left side brain thinkers, 3D thinkers, why they jump off the train and say, okay, I can't go with this astrology because they can't tell me who I am. Because many people don't understand that it's a schedule. So this is it's more like a schedule, and you don't get all the layers. So this is an important point of it. Right?
Well, I could, as an image to illustrate this, many people could, in principle, have the same birth chart, right? We take like Mexico City or some big city with millions of people. Many people will have the same birth chart. Like Siamese twins will have the same birth chart, but they're not the same persons. They don't have the same psychology. They don't have the same background. They don't have the same karmic background, but they just happen to land in the same class at school. So we have many different people landing in the same class. Okay, so what's going on in this class as a principle? The horoscope tells it. Now, before I said, I compare the hand with the paw of an animal. Some animals are better for swimming, climbing, running, flying, and so on. So we could say the hand is a bit like that. So I asked myself, what sort of animal is here? So now we stretch the imagination a little. So we're sitting in the classroom, which means the same horoscope, many different people, right? In this classroom, we also have some animals. So we have one subject which says, today, this hour, we shall be flying. Well, and the elephant back down there, well, won't manage. But the bird sitting in the first row will manage very well. Next subject is like moving heavy stones.
Okay, yeah.
Well, that's not a good job for the birds. That's a very good job for the elephant.
Perfect.
And you see, like this, we are different. We have different bodies. We have different physiologies. We are different animals, so to speak, but we may share the same horoscope. That's why I use the hands to understand what sort of person, what sort of animal, how will this person like this type of job as compared to that type of job. See?
Yes, it's very, very well depicted. I love this analog. And when you have the hand, when the person enters or writes you, a question. They want to know either about when it's a good idea to start a business, because we know of different both politics and businessmen and a lot of different. I know you can't tell who comes to your consultation because you have you have promised silence, of course. But we all know of that both politicians and all the people we don't think of as typical astrology users use this for finding dates, for special things they want to launch or whatever they want to do, and also to ask questions in their life that, like, why was I in a depression period of 4 years now? What I can't be in this anymore. Can you see a way out for me? Or is there? And you can perhaps say something about, okay, well, you could just have to go in the treadmill for 6 months more, and you should have learned about this or that. Is it something like that?
Yes, but say if a person has heavy problems and looks for a solution to these problems, then we have to look at it in two ways. One aspect is, what can I do and when can I do this in the best way to find a solution? But the other track would say, why did I land in this situation at all? What is the meaning? Is there a message in these difficulties which I'm experiencing right now? So yes, we always have to ask ourselves, what is the message of the troubles? At the same time, we try to find some practical solutions. Like with the right hand, we try to find the practical solutions.
Okay, let's just
we try to understand the meanings of things.
So we are left side brain, right hand. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Yes.
What I mean is that we have the two hemispheres of the brain.
Yes.
And the right hemisphere here controls the left side of the body and vice versa. So the right hand corresponds to the left hemisphere, and that is a practical hand.
Yes.
So you learn some skills, practical skills, language also, thinking, logic.
Rationality.
Right.
Yeah.
That would be the right hand or left hemisphere, and the left hand seeing, understanding the meaning of things, how things is
interlinked.
Yes, how they're
unity consciousness.
The meaningful interconnection of things. That kind of understanding is the left hand. Meaningful interconnection of things.
Okay, so actually, in a way, can you go as far as this? That astrology builds a bridge between the two, because we have symbols, which is actually also kind of boxes in a way, building a bridge to what's going on on many levels of your life. So astrology is actually building bridges. It's not just because some people want to place it in the right brain, but there's so much mathematical things in it, like geometry and a lot of different ways, placements of the stars, etc. But so much more than that. Can we call it the bridge?
I would say the bridge is in the person practicing it. It's not the astrologer. The astrology, which is the bridge. The bridge, you build the bridge within yourself, and then you find it. Whether you are doing astrology or geometry or any other science, the hardcore physical science is just as occult and esoteric as astrology. If you look at
I would love to have a pause here, because let that sink in. That's right, and why?
I didn't get it. The sound was...
Yes, I get it. I was just saying, that's right. And why is it so? Because...
Yeah. When I teach hand reading, I tell my students, look, when you look at the hands, one of your eyes will be the eye of the engineer. Look at the structure, proportions, things like that. The other would be the eye of the artist. What is the image? What is it telling you? We have two eyes, like two hands, like two hemispheres of the brain. The magic lies in the connection of the two. that we're not only in one hemisphere like a hardcore materialist without any imagination, or the other way, where we're just psychotic idiots. It's the connection between the two. That's what counts.
I love the way you put this, because we are also here to kind of like build a bridge and make people, I am at least, I want to say, as the name implies, the rainbow land. If you have the rainbow, it's building bridges, and that's what I am trying to do, because I think we have a responsibilities here on the media, every one of us actually, because we are all a part of the media now today, where we have the social medias where we can post things. So I think we all have a responsibility of trying to move things in a more positive direction, so we don't only just spread negativity of catastrophes, etc. So we feed fear or whatever. But the thing is here that we have something like, in Danish, you would be like a sign reader, if I directly translate what you are into English. Can I use that term?
Well, you could, reading the signatures, reading the signs, reading the omens. Because when the client comes to me and wants me to help throw light upon his or her life situation, that very moment, because this person has his wish, this question, you could say in that moment, that person turns into a tarot card for himself or herself. So the person comes, wants to know, and whatever happens in that moment, whatever surrounds this person is telling a story, is part of the picture. Now, I can make a horoscope for that moment, but that's also part of the picture. It's just the picture up there, which I take down here and look at, paper, but I also have the person. That's part of the picture. All which happens simultaneously.
So it's all mirroring the same thing and giving you answers in different layers. So that includes, let me just ask one question, that includes also the left side brain, the physical appearance. Well, I come here, ask you a question, I come here like this. Then you also look at what I'm wearing, the glasses, the clothes, and how I'm moving. Is that what you mean?
Yes, all of it. All of it. And it's so interesting, it's so fascinating, and very often it's very entertaining, but I must admit it's quite exclusive, because it's just me, or maybe I can share it with my wife, because she understands the entertainment.
I think I do too, as your niece here, yes.
I mean, seeing that, how things link together, and wow, the patterns is perfect, that's very satisfying, I must say. But you're right, when the person enters the room, I can see whatever the person is wearing, the colors, the kind of clothes, jewelry, whatever, tells me about
the material, right? If it's soft,
the material,
is it hard, is it leather?
Whatever, finger rings, whatever. Any scratch on a finger would also tell a little story. So to me, it's more like I have to find out who is this person, how is this person feeling right now, what is this person's attitude to his or her situation right now, and I get that kind of information when I look at the person and look at the signs and omens, you could say. Something happens at the same simultaneously, and that which happens simultaneously is part of the picture. Okay, now something happened. Wow.
Yeah, I got a call. I'm sorry. So you can, if you take it from just where, so I look at the person, and I get an information.
Yes. Now, you see, there is a difference between meeting a person in the street, and I see this person is wearing these colors, this kind of clothes and so on. Well, that would just have a general meaning. But if this person comes to me in my practice asking about his or her life, then that outfit, these colors, clothes and so on, would tell me very precisely. I could use that directly as a kind of omen, telling me about the person and the person's situation, and I do so.
So it's handing the oracle information like this, but you cannot just go and at any given person on the street and try to analyze on it. Oh yeah, he gotta be. Oh, when he's so
that won't work.
Kind of an integrity you have to have
yeah.
in this, and a respect for other people in this sense also. You cannot just go out and judge and start analyzing people like that. You know what? I just want to tell. Sorry.
It won't work. You see, it's not just that I can't just do this. It will not work. It only works because this person comes with the intention of knowing. That's the magical part of it. But I think we should talk about that. That would be
so
a program.
Exactly. So I'll just sum this up, because we were here to introduce you, what you're doing, and also why I'm here, and why I brought you in or invited you here to be here, because you have important knowledge to give, because you have so much experience. Let's just say 45 years, not only your experience, but also shared with just as dedicated woman, which is your wife, Swedish wife, Louise Kirsebom. And for the record, we're both Danish. Johan Hjelmborg is sitting at Isla De La Palma, one of the Canary Islands. I'm sitting here in cold Denmark. As you see, it's not white here. It's white in my room, but not outside. It's just cold. And that's why my uncle is in Isla De La Palma. But we are here because I know that you have so much important information which is written in books in German and in Danish. So the English society is not getting this information. And I have been studying all the astrologers on the internet during the last 5-6 years at least. I've been studying astrology since you started teaching it to me also, 17 or 18 years ago, how many years it is. But I can see that your knowledge is lacking out there. So for any astrologer watching this, I would recommend that you keep on following us. This will be astrology combined with hand reading in different programs, but also the sign reading, like you were just being told, about how the synchronicity principle works in what is the person asking the oracle wearing at the moment asking, and the horoscope consultation chart we were talking about earlier. This we will also go deeply into, because this is also an important thing. And for the one sitting out there who isn't into astrology already, it will also be at a level, there will be videos at a level where you can understand it, because I will always try to get it, ask the stupid questions, so that it will be defined in a way that everyone can understand it. So I recommend that you follow us in the future, and if you want to do so, you can go into Modern Shaman, just in one word, .dk, as in Denmark, modernshaman.dk, or rainbowland.dk, and go to Modern Shaman. Then you will find our channel, which is called Maria in Rainbowland, and here you will see the series of programs. You can also add your email and your name and subscribe, and you will get an email in your inbox is telling you every time there's a new program, and you will see from the title what the program is about. So, and maybe you're watching this years from when it was recorded, and then you can already go around on the channel to see which programs we have made. This is the first one, is the introduction of Johan Hjelmborg here, and if you want to see an introduction of who I am, you can go to the page as well and check out Maria Hjelmborg, Maria, and Modern Shaman. So thank you very much for joining me here, Johan, from Isla De La Palma. It was a great pleasure. And thank you for watching. See you again next time.